Week by week, game by game, the Cougars proved everybody wrong, ending the regular season 10-2, ranked number 17, and playing tonight on ABC. So let's take a moment and show you how the Cougars travel along that road to the Alamo Bowl. All the way back on a hot night, August 31st, Southern Utah's in town. That's JoJo Phillips, 57 yards. Jake Retzlaff puts it on the money, and the Cougars go up 14-0. Everyone said, hey, you know what? Keep an eye on this JoJo guy. He's going to have a big year. And he makes a big splash on opening night. Third quarter now, Retzlaff, a 19-yarder to Mataava Ta'ase. Cougars go up 31-13, and they go on to win the opener 41-13 as Retzlaff on the money to the big fella into the end zone. Blaine, take it from here.
Yeah, let's take you to Friday night, September 6th in Dallas, BYU at SMU. Third quarter, Enoch Nawahini, 9-yard touchdown run on 4th and 2. BYU up 15-12. Fourth down proved to be big for BYU in this game. As in the fourth quarter, Miles Davis on a 37-yard run on 4th and 1 to set the Cougars up. Will Farron is going to then step up and knock down a 26-yard field goal, and BYU comes away after this big run.
How about that option look?
Yeah, option look. We saw a lot of that week.
Yeah.
And BYU gets probably the biggest win of the season, and they didn't know that this was going to be the biggest win of the season until the season was over. But getting out of there with this 18-15, we also found a kicker this year in Will Farron, who just doesn't miss.
And that's when we started to think, okay, it's BYU defense. No touchdowns in this game. We heard about SMU being so explosive on offense coming off the year they had last year. And as you thought, okay, maybe this BYU defense is for underneath Jay Hill.
Nobody shut SMU down all year like BYU did.
Belo, you're up.
Saturday, September 14th, we'll take you to my favorite place to play, which is Laramie. And no, I'm not lying.
That's sarcasm. Nope, like sarcasm.
He loves it. He loves the angle.
Yeah. And we'll start with the third quarter with Keelan Marion with a 100-yard kickoff return, giving BYU a 24-7 lead. And what I loved about this in the postgame show, he said, you know, I finally just trusted the lanes. I finally trusted my eyes and my guys. And, you know, you see it right here, how he doesn't hesitate, right? So he trusted his lanes just like Mary trusted Jesus when he said that he was coming back. And look what happens. Good things happen when that was a good one, huh?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
that was a good one.
Merry Christmas.
Good things happen when you trust your guys and your eyes. Next, third quarter, Jake Retzlaff gets a 20-yard touchdown pass to Darius Lassiter, and that pretty much seals the win for BYU, 34-14. And at this point, we started to see a little bit of momentum at this point of the season where the offense started to pick things up a little bit.
That's right. I'm like, Jake Retzlaff might be the guy.
He's got the arm.
Next, now it's Big 12 time.
Big 12 time, week 4 here at home, and BYU starts off there in the second quarter. Tommy Prastis, 30-yard fumble return for a touchdown, puts the Cougars up 10-6. Little freshman being at the right place at the right time, but I love Jack Kelly. Puts his hat in the ball. BYU's defense, look at all his white hats surround the ball. Scoop and score, get in the end zone. I tell you what, this defense, once again, coming off that SMU game, then Wyoming, and now Kansas State holds Kansas State to only 9 points on the evening. And how about this? We talk about special teams. Parker Kingston turned into maybe the biggest play of the year against BYU.
No, don't do it. Don't go backwards.
Sports Center top 10 play of the day. When you've got Parker Kingston that goes back, gets to the left, gets to his wall, return left, and there's the convoy leading him all the way down the sideline for a punt return touchdown. 90-yard officially, but I think he ran 140 yards.
140, yeah.
All over the field. BYU comes away over number 13 ranked Kansas State, 38-9.
All right, let's go to Waco, Texas. Saturday, September 28th. Cougars now 22 in the top 25, taking on the Baylor Bears. Second quarter, Retzlaff going deep. And there's Darius Lassiter bringing it in from 44 yards out. And BYU, they started hot. They're up 28-7 after this. And Lassiter, one of his many big plays this season. We're going to see some more in a moment. Tough to stop downfield like that. Now, fourth quarter, minute 7 to go. Crew Wakely seals the victory with that move and the pick. And BYU hangs on 34-28. And now they're going, hey, you know what? I think we're going to be pretty good.
Something special. How about Saturday, October 10th? Arizona, Noah Fafita brings the Wildcats into number 14 BYU. It's all tied up 7-7 in the second quarter when Parker Kingston throws this left-hander. Nice to have a left-hander wide receiver that used to play quarterback. Line him up on the right. You toss him the ball on a backward pass, and all he does is find L.J. Martin in the end zone for a 33-yard touchdown pass. BYU goes up 14-7.
Are we going to see one of these tonight?
There's going to be some trick plays, I promise.
You got a whole bunch prepared.
Third quarter.
Some trick plays.
Let's fast forward. First play, Jacob Robinson. What a play by Jacob Robinson. Sets up a touchdown. Not only does he get in the passing lane, he hangs in the air like Michael Jordan, gets his hand on the ball, brings it in, and sets his team up for a touchdown.
That might be one of the most athletic defensive plays, right?
But the defense wasn't done, guys. Defense wasn't done. Fourth quarter, from his own end zone, Noah Fafita scrambling. He's got pressure, gets rid of it. Isaiah Glasker is there. 21 yards later, he's got a pick six. BYU runs away with this thing, 41-19 on the back of a phenomenal defensive effort. 2 picks, and this BYU defense is rolling.
Below, now it's Friday night.
Friday night, October 18th, Oklahoma State at number 13 BYU. This is the game that gave everybody 5 heart attacks. It started off a little bit shaky. Third quarter, Retzlaff with a 34-yard touchdown pass to Keelan Marion. And then at this time, we're starting to think, okay, we have some opportunity to come back. And the last drive, Jake throws it to Darius Lassiter. 19 seconds remaining, and the season stays alive. The undefeated season stays alive. We, as fans and analysts, we come back to life as well. At this point, I was getting some oxygen.
The energy that shot through that stadium
I
was
still
crazy.
fall asleep every night to this play. I sleep well watching that.
Watch it over and over.
All right, let's go to Orlando.
All right, well, now BYU goes on the road and ranked number 11th in the country at UCF. And this was an interesting game where UCF was favored at one point. BYU finishes, favorites in the game by just a point. But Jake Retzlaff starts it off with a 29-yard touchdown run, goes up 7-0. If you remember, the BYU offense started up 17-0. And then, of course, second quarter with 30 seconds left, Retzlaff hits Chase Roberts for a 62-yard pass for a touchdown to taking the halftime up 24-10, and the Cougars never looked back in this game and took this one all the way. 37-24 was the final. But Chase Roberts, once again, we know him for his big play capability. I expect to see some of this tonight as well. But Chase Roberts came through in the clutch, and BYU runs away at UCF.
Let's go to Salt Lake City, November 9th. 9th-ranked BYU at Utah, second quarter. Right here we're going, man, it'd be nice if Keelan Marion would take this 96 yards for a touchdown. And there he goes. The kicker's the last man standing, and he's no longer standing. Marion into the end zone.
That dude looks like an All-American kicker.
Unbelievable.
Looks like an All-American to me.
BYU takes a 10-7 lead. Yeah, this was a spectacular moment. Now we're in the fourth, 1:22 to go. Retzlaff 30 yards to Roberts to the 49-yard line. This may be the toughest catch Roberts has ever made in his career and the most meaningful as it gets BYU to the middle of the field. And then it's Hinckley Rapati, 14 yards into field goal range.
I love it.
We're starting to think here.
Sacrificing your body. Look at this.
This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Will Farron comes in, 44-yard field goal.
No doink this year.
BYU wins it 22-21.
Down the pipe.
In a memory maker that will last forever. Blaine.
I don't know why I have to be the guy that brings the negative. But after a phenomenal run, Kansas comes to town at number 6 BYU. And we're going to start with, in my opinion, the worst play of the season for BYU. Third quarter, 13-31. Kansas recovers a pooch punt at the 3-yard line. If you tried this 1,000 times, you couldn't have this happen with this result. And it bounces off the player's head. Next play, you give it to Devin Neal, a 3-yard touchdown run. Kansas sneaks out of here with a miraculous 17-13 win and stops the phenomenal BYU undefeated streak.
That was a bummer. Saturday, November 23rd, Belo.
Yeah, BYU tried to come back and shake off that loss. And Cam Scadaboo said, not today. He had different plans. He had 147 yards rushing on the ground. BYU did try to come back. Fourth quarter, last second chance with the Hail Mary, but comes up a little bit short with Chase Roberts. And remember that fiasco that they had. I mean, the game was extended for what, an hour?
Crazy.
Trying to get everybody off the field, but BYU comes up a little bit short here.
Cougars can't afford a slow start tonight. David.
Yeah, not to finish BYU one losing 2 of their last 3, but they finished senior night with a big W, and it comes right here with Talon Alfrey returning the kickoff return, 58 yards to go 7-7, tied up with Houston there in the first quarter. Great job by Talon. If you recall, the week before against Arizona State, he had a squib kick kicked off him. He gets a little bit of redemption there. And of course, there in the second quarter, Jake Retzlaff runs in for 13-yard touchdown. BYU goes on to cruise in this game, win 30-18, and to send the seniors off on a high note on Friday night.